Thelma, I started working with Thelma in October last year. Part of the process of becoming a foster carer is you have to have lots of checks done, DBS checks, lots of references from your employers, your personal friends, your ex-partners, your adult children. There's been a social media check, a local authority check, and then a period of time getting to know Thelma, understanding her background, who she is, her motivation to foster, and then a period of time getting all that written down on paper on a Form F document, and getting that sent to panel ready for the decision whether she's going to be approved or not. And that was today.
The process, it's a long process, I guess, if you're thinking it's going to be an overnight process, because as Becky said, there are checks that need to be made. There's also to find out what is involved, and an opportunity for you to ask questions with your social worker. And I suppose it's while you're doing that process, you've got to ask yourself, is it for you? And with that, because you have a lot of responsibilities, so it is a serious thing that you have to really consider, is it for you, in the process, because it does delve into your background. You have to tell your story, and some of that is quite emotive, so you have to prepare yourself for that. In the meantime, be open and honest, basically, to tell your story, and know how you're going to manage certain aspects of being a foster carer, and if you have really got the time and the emotional space to be able to take on that commitment, because I've got to be honest, it's not a walk in the park, so you've got to be realistic and know who is going to be there to support you, and questions that you need to flag up as you're going through the process. That's why it's not something that's done as a quick process. Yeah,
I think with Thelma, she pretty much made her mind up, and the bonus with Thelma is she's got a lot of life experience, a lot of experience in her employment to have a good understanding of what fostering is going to be about. I think the stumbling blocks was you had some issues with your house getting flooded.
yes.
So obviously part of the assessment we have to do a home safety check. It wasn't safe. But safe. Obviously it's safe now, so that was a massive issue for Thelma, and we just had to work with that, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then trying to figure out what's the best kind of fostering for Thelma to do. We have to look at what time she's got, what skills she's got, what she's comfortable doing, the kind of children she'd like to work with. So pinpointing really what we think is the best route to go down. Fostering, and that they were the main things really that came up through our assessment.
My initial thoughts is, because I kind of knew I've already got a full-time job, so I knew that the weekend would probably where I felt that I could give something my time and my attention towards a child, that it would be respite, as it's labelled, shall we say, that's what it's called, respite care for a child. And I'm thinking a child that's disabled, or there may be other matching, shall we say, because as I understand it, it's like a matching service that's incorporated in that. So I think it is with working with the social worker, I guess, as you're going along with the process of the assessment, what it is where with your time and care towards a child, where you think that you'll be able to best put the needs of that child with your lifestyle into the mix of things, I guess. Yeah. And
it's flexible. Thelma has been approved for a certain age and certain kind of fostering, but as she goes through her fostering journey, through her career, we will continually review that. Thelma might have more time in the future, so we'll look at it again and see if there's any changes that we can make to that. It's an ongoing thing really, but
yeah, because as you say, you get reviewed every year. So once you've been approved at the initial stage, you can expect to have a review. You're going to be reviewed the next year, before you get into your second year. And that's also to give myself the chance to review my own lifestyle, whether it's going to change again. So I'm kind of open at the moment whether it is going to be that I'm going to stick with the respite, or whether it is that I'm going to then have to change with whatever's going to be happening in my lifestyle as well. So
they do. I think, yeah, they do. But I think all social workers are tarred with the same brush, and there's different roles. A fostering social worker is a lot different to a children and care worker or a safeguarding social worker. So it's about I think people need to understand what different jobs social workers have, and not just assume they all do the same thing, potentially. So yeah, I'll go with that one.
So the myth busting is that it's a tricky one in terms of, maybe I don't know if I thought it was going to be an overnight or shorter period, but there are processes that you have to go through, and there's no shortcut about it. Doesn't matter what job that you do, there's no shortcut. Everybody has to go through the same process. So that's where my experience has been. Yeah. Well, I know that there are lots of children out there that are needing the patience, the care and attention from people who have got the time to dedicate to helping in the process and in the system, so that they can lead normal lives as much as possible. And it's about what skills you can bring to be able to help that child to develop into a better person from where they are, whatever experiences they had in the past or come through. So I'm hoping that I can be part of that child's life in terms of making things better for them. So that's where my mindset is at. So yeah, that's one.
Thank you.